to be swum in any range of strokes. Makrodimitris, Otovsky, Araujo, Danilenko, Abarza, Becker, Bondarenko and Tronco of Mexico. Swimmers have been asked to relax. Perhaps some movement on the wall for the swimmers now needing to reset. Makrodimitris, Otovsky, Araujo, Danilenko, Abarza, Becker, Bondarenko and Tronco going for Mexico in 8. Now, Tronco is one of those who likes to get off really quickly. He swims on his side, big kick, and he'll take out a big lead. But Araujo always goes out for a big lead. It's really about how long he can hold on. Now, he was not being outswum by the more fancied swimmers in the early stages of the preliminaries, but in the final, perhaps so different. And to swim with such intensity twice in a day, how much he's got left in the tank is something that you're going to need to we'll need to wait to find out during the course of this race. But Abarza is going well in 5.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the 200-meter freestyle for this classification, this is the S2 class. This is basically their equivalent of a distance race. It's the longest race available to them. And so when they have the preliminary and the final in the same day, it can be taxing. So you wonder what some of these swimmers had in store. Now, just to explain for the S2 class, these swimmers, aside from Araujo, are relying almost entirely on their arms. They have limited hand, trunk, and leg function. And so what you're going to see happen here right now, Araujo, he got off to that early lead, but you can expect him to start to tire, especially coming into the end of this first 100.
And this really is going to be a genuine test for these swimmers. Araujo is still holding on in front. Abarza is looking good. The 36-year-old, he doesn't show any signs of slowing down, slowly just trying to eat away at the lead that Araujo still holds. And indeed, for Danilenko, these three have separated themselves from all the other swimmers. Becker is down a little, and Roman Bondarenko swimming with the windmill backstroke action going in lane 7 for Ukraine, is at the moment 4th overall, almost neck and neck going to the wall. It'll be, here is Bondarenko just going with a double windmill action. And just to reiterate that this is a freestyle event in which the athletes can swim any stroke, not just the front crawl, and it's all about the speed that the athletes can generate to propel themselves through the water.
It really is. I mean, at the first 100, these swimmers, the 1, 2, and 3, were separated by less than a second, which is atypical for the S2 classification. One of the things you'll notice while watching them swim is that many of them use a variety of different techniques. You see Araujo, who's relying on this kick. You see Alberto Abarza and Danilenko, they're using a single arm backstroke. Some are using the double arm backstroke. And this is really a reflection of how the classifications work. It's a functional classification system, which means that they're grouping swimmers together not by disability, but rather those swimmers with similar levels of function. And right here, I mean, you see just how close together these swimmers are. It's amazing to watch.
Well, coming out to the 150 now, Araujo is looking to touch first, and he is, if anything, having increased his lead in that final 50, or that last 50 that he swum. But he is in front and somehow is extending his advantage here. This is exceptional for a man who is tiring in the 100 backstroke. And Abarza is trying desperately to catch up to Araujo, who looks to be pulling away and doesn't show any signs of letting up.
Wow, I mean, this is totally unexpected for Araujo, and this is what happens at night sometimes. It's just, you can expect the unexpected. Even though he's definitely tiring out, Abarza and Danilenko are not able to catch him at this point. Araujo, he went out, and he almost looked like he was going to get touched at the 100 mark, but instead he's extended his lead.
It is unbelievable from the Brazilian, who has somehow found a second wind and is managing to pull himself to the wall with a great deal of propulsion He has found a second wind. He's going to claim the gold he so desperately wanted. Gabriel dos Santos Araujo, he's 19. He got silver in the 100 back. He's going to claim gold here. A famous victory for the Brazilian, while Barça comes in for a silver medal after his gold in the 100 back, while Danilenko can celebrate a bronze medal for the second event at Tokyo 2020. You know the celebrations are going to be big. Well, conserving some energy in the prelims, but for a man who faded so very badly in the 100 backstroke in the closing stages, to have the energy to sustain him through another 100 meters in this 200 freestyle, wow. Here's Tronco, a man who is swimming in his first freestyle final at the Paralympic Games. He produced his best 200 freestyle swim at the World Championships in London 2 years ago when he finished 5th. Now this is Araujo's race, and that is going to be a very popular victory for the teenage Brazilian. Silver in the 100 back, and it was not by much. Just pipped to the wall by that man, Abarca. But Abarca has been well beaten by Araujo in this final. The men's 200-meter freestyle final. Wow. Gabrielzinho is celebrating. Oh, he is just one of the ultimate showmen.
I mean, you see right now coming off the blocks, it was Tronco and Araujo, which was expected. It was the first 100 went down as predicted. You see Araujo, he went out with the early lead because he had that kick. And so he took it out very strong. Where he really surprised us, though, is here, right here, you see him almost being caught by Abarca and Danilenko. But then Araujo, he came off this wall very hard, and it's like he found this new energy to come in to the second 100. Here he is, he flips on his back, he uses his kick, and as the arms of the other two swimmers started to tire, and even though Araujo, he had to be tired himself, he found it. And look
then
at
the
his
delight.
screaming.
He is the showman. He started in the 100 backstroke with a towel in his mouth, and he was only just out-touched at the wall in the 100 back at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. Danilenko has his second bronze medal of these